We will now go live to Fanfest, where the implications of this event and future developments will be explored. Please welcome to the stage CCP Games CEO, CCP Helmar.
Welcome to Fanfest 2023! What did we just watch on the screen? I saw a Jove station, something that looked like a ship caster. And, well, Sarsak is full of goodies, and it's now open. And in the next hour or so, we'll be talking a lot more about what potentially can be found in there. So everyone that feels the urge to go and rush in there, you should stay tuned. There's a lot of good material coming out in the next 60 minutes. And in the days and weeks to come, these secrets will slowly start to unlock to reveal everything we'll be talking about here today and more. So, it's 20 years of EVEOnline. It really seems like it was just yesterday when I was with a few nerds in the basement of Klapparstígur coding away the source code of EVEOnline, dimly lit with pizza boxes, sleeping bags on the floor. And look at us now. We are a nation! So, welcome to this national celebration, all of you present here with us in the room, and all of you on the stream. Of course, we've been celebrating 20 years of EVEOnline all this year. Here are some pictures from celebrations at CCP headquarters. We invited everyone that has touched the foundation of EVEOnline over these 20 years. It's thousands of people. It was an amazing gathering, full of love for EVEOnline and for each other, and everyone that is at CCP, has gone out of CCP, gone back, thinking about coming back, and people that have just known. It was truly magical. And here is the current crew taking care of EVEOnline. Beautiful bunch of people. The future is in capable hands. I had a personal moment on the stream with the community team, reminiscing about everything we've gone together in these 20 years. We have indeed weathered a lot together, and it was great to talk about that. I undocked in a Titan for the first time. Thankfully, this imposter Titan was exploded by the thousands of people waiting to destroy it. I did not mine the minerals for this Titan. My day job prevents me, so it's good that it was destroyed. Building beautiful things and destroying it, that's what it's about. Talking about building beautiful things, for the 10-year birthday, we erected this monument at the shores of Reykjavik, and another beautiful ceremony yesterday where we unveiled the second decade updates. We have now raised it up a level. There are now 765,000 names that uphold the monument. We have unlocked level 2 after 20 years. There will be decades to come. Of course, most people know now that great monuments like the pyramids of Giza, they were built layers upon layers. There was a small pyramid, and another one, and another one, and another one. Then the last one that stands for 1,000 years. Really, when you look under it, it's pyramids all the way down. We are now up to level 2. As we progress through the decades, we will add levels, we will add names. At some point, I envision a big pyramid on the shores of Reykjavik blotting out Mount Asia. So, 20 years of EVEOnline has brought a lot to CCP, has brought a lot to us all, and has brought a lot to the world. Our journey is best described as condensed rocket fuel that's going to propel us into the third decade. And this rocket fuel is really made out of the passion of EVE players and all your actions and all that, and be here at Fanfest to soak it all in, from a charity dinner to keynotes to pub crawls and all that. It's amazing. It really means a lot of us who work at CCP to take it all in to propel us further. And
Over the
looking
last
at
20
some of
years,
that,
you've created a vibrant world in New Eden. From humble beginnings and an infamous new player experience. It was a blank canvas waiting for you. Building faster than anyone imagined, creating alliances, and scheming in unexpected ways. You were ruthless. The Guiding Hand Social Club heist made the news and forever set the tone for the type of game that EVE would be. You built titans and empires. You lost those titans and some of those empires crumbled, but you never relented. Bob and Red Swarm Federation clashed in the First Great War. And no matter where you were in New Eden, you had a side in this war. Then, an unexpected twist. Band of Brothers disbanded? And like that, New Eden was introduced to espionage. Next, the DRF set their sights on the Northern Coalition for yet another total war. But then, New Eden seemed to quiet down.
So, congratulations on the first decade. The shenanigans in the first decade really laid the foundation of what would become EVEOnline. The direction was set, and it really put EVE on the map as something to follow closely because something interesting was brewing. And then, if we look on to the second decade.
It started with a bang in Asakai, setting a record for Super Capitals Guild in one system. And then, not too long later, you crushed that record in the system of BTAC R5RB. Soon, New Eden would find itself in yet another great war, with drama and intrigue at every turn. And then you built. Oh, did you build. But peace was never an option. You kicked off World War B2 and demolished EVE records along the way.
Building, 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 destroying. Destroying world records. I, for one, when I was there in the basement at Clappers, they were nerding away. A few people did not foresee that we would shatter world records, and let alone 2. Congratulations on that. So the third decade is already off to an amazing start. You've seen some of the developments already at the start of this, and you will watch them throughout this keynote. And there is a bit of excitement brewing in New Eden. I've been around here for a long time, and there definitely is something in the air. I feel it when I talk to people here at FanFest, more so than ever, and I'm sure I'll be feeling it even more once you see what is in store in the third decade. It truly is an amazing time to be alive. So, in the third decade, we will continue to do this. So, to bring you adventures with deeper immersion and emotional impact, we will lead in the adoption of new technologies and techniques. CCP has been on the forefront on this for a long time. We've talked about this in many formats. Now, today, we are talking a lot about it in these 2 major areas we're investing in when it comes to technology. It's number 1, it's Carbon. It's a set of client-side and server-side technologies that really power EVEOnline. And Quasar, which is a collection of new, sort of a modern back-end service framework that allows us to deliver things more quicker in a more modern way. And we're actually announcing here today a big project. We're investing now in the era of Carbon. We're updating the Python engine we've been using for 20 years, Python version 2. We're updating it to 3, Python 3 for the third decade. And And it's these kind of foundational investments that allow us to develop features and features and features that create sometimes a bit of technical debt, which we then eat down as we go progress and also push into the future. It also allows us to deliver something like excellent space. The meme has really come alive. We're owning it, we're using it, it's amazing. Excellent space has become real. In Fanfest 2017, we were also talking about this. Then we were talking about investing in more immersive computing, understanding human psychology even better, computers in the cloud. We talked about blockchains, and we talked about AI. And if you kind of look at the scorecard now, 5, 6 years later, then of course, we did a pretty amazing push into VR. We took a break last year. The market is not really there. We are long-term believers. We believe this will come back, but we want to see the market emerge. The friendship machine is based on a big research we did in 2018, talking to all of you here, both at Fanfest and through surveys. It really given us a deeper understanding what is really the fabric that holds EVE together. Quasar is the manifest of this computers in the cloud. We announced Project Awakening at the start of the year as the blockchain thing. And of course, AI is in a bit of a massive bubble right now. It's hard to see through everything that's going on. But new Eden was generated by a generative process. There was a generative process that created new Eden. So we will continue to harvest these kind of technologies. Because this is ultimately the focus. I am now at the point in my life where I'm quoting myself. You can find this on YouTube. This is a sleep-deprived Hilmar, early 2003. Other games focus on having people go up against monsters, maybe in small groups, whereas EVE is focused on building a society and supplying people with the tools and the rules to build it. That's a lot what we're taking into this, into Project Awakening. As we talked about on this stage last year, we have a small team exploring that. We announced earlier this year that we've raised $40 million in external funding, which is important. We want to isolate this endeavor from everything going on with EVE and TQ. $40 million is quite a bit of money to do this, so we expect a lot. No pressure, little team. And we're doing this because we want to take daring experiments that will teach us more about the craft of building virtual worlds and building societies. I know a lot of people are excited to hear more about Project Awakening. It's early days, so stay tuned. But what I can say, though, is that in this project, we're leaning very heavily into third-party development, and we aim to invent a new, more inclusive business model around these kind of things. And these are both takeaways from our journey so far. But as before, this remains true. EVE has its own path. You will see a lot of that here. It's about Quasar and Carbon and awesome things. And this is all separate from that. So, why is this idea of EVE Forever so important? Why is it so powerful? Well, we all share a secret. We have this extra dimension in our lives because of EVEOnline. Regardless of our earthly existence, we can together manifest an amazing new reality. And this is a rare and beautiful gift that we give to each other because of EVE. EVE Forever! So, next up, we have CCP Orca.
Hello, everyone. Great to be here with you, celebrating 20 years of EVEOnline. Through these 20 years, we've had multiple gateways of tapping into New Eden, through brand extensions like books and comics and merchandise and other games, and of course, through EVEOnline. And it is through your actions that the amazing stories get created, new connections are made, and friendships are stronger. Over the years, we've had over 60 million players help shape and create the EVE universe. And we will create more opportunities for meaningful connections, new connections, and for friendship to go stronger. And we will make sure EVE will go on forever. Ever since CCP was founded in 1997, tabletop games have been a huge part of our culture, with Hættuspilið, or Danger Game, being the very first game ever released. For me, it was a popular pick during weekend game nights, and now the younger generation is joining in as well. In 2009, we released EVE Conquest, which I'm assuming has been a popular pick for some of you here. And ever since then, it has been a highly requested product from the community. So it was with great joy that we announced earlier this year new strategy board game set in the EVE universe in partnership with Titanforge, which have been the perfect partner for this project. They have EVE players in the team, and our very own Rick Jarvix is also included in the project. Give him some applause. So Titanforce are here at Fanfest. They have playtesting the game, so go check it out, give it a try, give them your feedback, and then follow their Kickstarter page. The EVE universe makes for the perfect platform for other platforms than PC to experience EVE. In 2018, we took some valuable learnings from our first attempt of taking EVE to mobile with EVE War of Ascension. 2 years later, we released EVE Echoes in partnership with NetEase, and through the years, more than 13 million players have played EVE Echoes. EVE Echoes continues to bring the EVE experience to mobile, and later this year, they're releasing new area of space with new enemies and new rewards. New ships will be introduced, including the advanced Black Ops battleship for even more sneaky pew-pew. So last year at Fanfest, we talked about Project M5, and since then, we've been playtesting, and the playtests are becoming quite competitive. I did extremely well crossing my coworkers in the very first one, but I'm not going to share how I did in the last one. And now we can share with you that EVE Galaxy Conquest, a 4X strategy game, is coming to a mobile device. It's still spaceships and world domination, but in a bit of a different format. EVE Galaxy Conquest opens the gate to New Eden for even more to embark on their own journey and write their own histories. You start in your own corner of space. From there, you build your station and grow your fleet. You will then eventually run into other players, then you have to decide if you're going to join force with them or destroy them. There will be huge battles, and players will have to cooperate, form corporations and alliances in order to succeed. We will launch initially for Android and Apple devices with a PC client planned later down the line. We will be soft launching later this year in selected territories. For more information, please sign up at evegalaxyconquest.com. EVE 20th Anniversary Collector's Edition is being made in partnership with Limited Run Games. Now, over the weekend, we are reopening for orders with a limited number of boxes up for grabs. The box is full of great items, like the very first ever documented mention of EVE is dying. That comment is since 2003, but they're still going strong. There are more great items in the box, my personal favorite being the Fido plushie, who has been hard at work at our office. He's been quite busy, but he's actually looking for a new home right now. Is anybody here that wants to take care of it for me? Yeah? Are you good? Send us pictures. Throughout the years, building our games with the community has been a huge pillar for CCP. With the CSM and third-party developers having played a key role in how all of you experience EVEOnline today. And we want to build on that even more with empowering EVE players, unleashing the creativity that lives in the community, starting with shipskins. And we hear your ask, some better than others. So, do you know this guy? Yeah. A long-time dedicated EVE player, T. Amber, who has been creating skins for EVE as a hobby for at least a decade, has now officially partnered with CCP, so you can expect those skins. See those skins trickling in. So this is the very first skin created, a beautiful Megatron skin included in the collector's edition. Some more skins are already being worked on, and we can't wait to see them in-game. The EVE Partnership Program exists to support the most dedicated EVE player creators out there. This year, we took some steps to further level up the program. In Viridian, we granted members of the program early access to our Singularity test server, so to give them adequate space and time to create high-quality content, which was then readily available for everyone on release day. We have made partnerships that allows us to compensate for community-created content, channeling the passion and creativity that lives in the community into a viable source of income. And Twitch drops have now also been opened up in selected campaigns for streamers in the program, so they can bring EVE rewards to their own communities. And we will continue to actively back player-run tournaments and give access to tournament tools. So, next year will be the 20th Alliance tournament. So just like EVE celebrating 20th anniversary this year, this milestone gives us a huge opportunity to celebrate in style with a bigger event than ever, one we're really looking forward to. Since the start of Project Discovery, EVE players have completed more than 380 million classifications, leaving a huge impact on the scientific community. Continuing this incredible effort, next iteration of Project Discovery, we will take our learnings from COVID-19 and apply them to cancer research. So, through Plex for Good, Capsuleers, with their collective efforts, have donated more than $1 million, converting Plex into real money to donate to humanitarian relief. In the spirit of empowering EVE players, we are turning this into an always-on and a player-driven initiative. So donations will be accepted continuously, and suggestions on which cause to donate to, whether it's in real life or in-game, will be done in close partnership with the community. So, who's excited to hear more about what's about to happen in EVEOnline? Yeah? With that, please join me in welcoming CCP Burger and CCP Ratati to the stage.
Nothing? Nothing? Hello, Fanfest! Come on, you can do a wee bit better than this. Let's try it again. Okay, ready, Ratati?
You've been waiting a long time,
We've
guys.
been waiting
right?
a long time, 18 months. Okay. Hello, Fanfest! I am so happy to be here. This is my happy place, you know. What a great Fanfest this has been so far, and it's just going to be wilder, wilder, wilder.
Happy 20th anniversary. It feels absolutely unbelievable to be here, from the bottom of my heart, and to finally be in the third decade. There is simply nothing like EVE. We all know this. This enigma that we get to be a part of, make friends and memories. The first step in the third decade is the upcoming expansion coming this winter. But before we deep dive, let's take a moment and take a look at the journey so far and the reinforced foundation we've built.
So, last Fanfest, we announced that we were going back to expansions, starting with Uprising, followed by Viridian. Both can kind of be summarized with the word impact. In Uprising, we completely redesigned and opened up faction warfare, allowing you to impact the future of war. And then, with Viridian, we unlocked corporation leaders, gave them new ways to activate their members with more meaningful tasks for the members, all while showing their might with emblems and colors. And you guys seem to love it. Just this year, you've managed to kill each other 42,876 times in factional warfare battles, destroying, destroying whopping 23.3 trillion ISK. And the year isn't even over. But let's look at it in context. So factional warfare first came out in 2008. And from the start, it's been a great place to find action. Action that leads to destruction, that keeps us industrialists very busy. And busy industrialists means happy industrialists. All in all, you have managed to destroy a whopping 288.1 trillion ISK in faction warfare, and oh boy, is this number about to take a jump. You've also been making your citadels prettier, and in true EVE sinister fashion, the Singularity Obsidian is the most popular color. Who would have guessed? But I want to point out my favorite color, the Pulsar Pink. Yes, it's the number 4, so there is hope. And you've been activating your corp members with corporation goals, keeping us line members busy, doing things that matter. And there have been plenty of individual contributions. They start slow, but it escalates quickly. Rather quickly. Quite quickly. But ultimately, we all know that killing is just a means of communications. And since Uprising in 2022, 1 million unique capsuleers have been involved in killing each other, destroying almost 600 trillion worth of ISK. 600 trillion. That's a massive number. So you can clap for yourself now.
But fundamentally, these are our pillars. And at the center, strong organizations. Your corporations with healthy income, ready to support and incentivize your members to contribute to your efforts. Recruiting and training confident new cadets, fresh from the Air Career Program, and even new opportunities. No one teaches the game better than you do. We just provide the basics. But NPC organizations are also a massive part of the equation, giving them reasons and motivations to fight so that you can choose to enlist and align with them and fight for them and their cause. And second of all, huge changes in how we wage war, the weapons you wield and why. But all the while delivering on the ultimate science fiction, the spectacle of living in a massive world surrounded by others, finding secret gates powered by ancient technology. The frontlines get people into space and into fleets, blowing up stuff, and having direct impact on borders and sovereignty through clear objectives in space, for small gangs and solo, but still a part of a larger effort. Frontline Advantage represents a collective effort across multiple systems and thousands of players that all contribute to an actual change in the universe, enabled by Quasar tech. We implemented the first step within LowSec to reinvigorate and modernize faction warfare, but also to introduce these new and improved conquest and sovereignty mechanics, learning from the Triglavian invasion.
We've been strengthening organizations, providing new tools or new income streams through enlistment and loyalty point taxes. Air opportunities and cooperation projects have proven to drive up cooperation in player organizations, giving capsuleers more ways to contribute to the greater good of their group, all while wearing your emblems and colors with pride. During this era, we've been weaving player impact and storytelling together into a larger narrative. With your effort, you've unlocked new technology, such as shipcasters, transmuters, Tech-2 dreadnoughts, all a part of a compelling story, adding more sand to the sandbox. With this foundation in place, we are confident in the third decade. But New Eden has been buzzing after new gates were discovered. And so, please welcome CCP Emerald to give us the gritty details.
Hello, everyone. Happy 20 years! Woo! I am so excited to be here. And I'm even more excited to share with you what you can expect in EVE's next expansion. We have already been on an amazing journey getting here. It started back in August when footage of a secret meeting was circulated. In this meeting, an invitation from the mysterious Deathless figurehead was shared with representatives from the Angel Cartel and Garista's pirate factions. This invitation sparked EVE Operation Epiphany. EVE Ops are events that put the power into your hands to impact New Eden and co-create with us. This EVE Ops event called upon you to find the gates to a previously uncharted territory of space. You rose to this challenge, and you did it fiercely. You found the map fragments that unveiled each gate's location, and you solved puzzles with tremendous focus. You successfully uncovered all 4 gates in record time. We were absolutely astounded at how quickly you did this. Those capsuleers who were successful in finding each gate were handsomely rewarded, and they were recognized in a ceremony by the Society of Conscious Thought, which was covered by the scope. A huge congratulations to each and every one of you. All your hard work has finally paid off. The gates you discovered open today. Zarzak is free to explore. This series of events is the spark that will ignite EVE's next expansion. And are you ready to find out what's coming in the expansion? Are you ready? Here we go!
Zarzak has been waiting. An ancient nexus, long abandoned. Now ruled by the insurgents. The fearless. The deathless. Trust is rare among our kind. Yet here you are, compelled by my invitation. have given it life. It feeds on me. And in return, it yields knowledge, gifts, power. Prepare your forces for chaos on the front lines. Harness the might of Capsuleers with the promise of riches. And together, we will unlock Zarzak's secrets. One by one.
Are you as excited as I am? Are you as excited as I am? EVE's? Absolutely, we will. EVE's next expansion, Havoc, is officially releasing on the 14th of November. It invites you to align with pirate factions, the Angel Cartel, or Guristas. They are aligned with the Deathless Circle. The Deathless is the harbinger of havoc. Come November, you will be called upon to join with the pirates and cast to the war zone from the new system Zarzak. There, you will corrupt the Empire's efforts for your own gain, bringing chaos to the front lines. There's a lot to get into with this expansion, and I have some very special guests who are going to get into more detail on what you can expect come November.
Over the past few months, you have discovered and deciphered secrets. Through working together and pooling your resources, you accomplished the goals set out in Operation Epiphany. You found the gates to a mysterious and previously uncharted territory. This new system is called Zarzak. The gates to Zarzak are now operational, and you are free to explore this ancient system.
The Zarzak environment is actually quite bright and beautiful, but at the same time, it gives you the feeling of something hazardous. It feels like there's a sandstorm all around you, full of cosmic dust and dense clouds obscuring your view. Inside, you will find some pretty impressive structures that are both advanced and ancient feeling. Very much signature Jove design.
Zarzak has ancient Jovian roots and contains a station, the Fulcrum, abandoned by the Jove, now controlled by the Deathless. The Deathless is a shadowy figurehead who has promised a more prosperous future to the Angel Cartel and the Gurista pirates by offering them a sanctuary within Zarzak.
In November, with the launch of the expansion, you will be given the opportunity to align with Angel Cartel or Guristas and aid their efforts to corrupt and pillage the front lines, undermining the Empire's personal gain. This is something you can directly benefit from and in turn aid your corporation or alliance with.
The aim of the pirates will be to enter factional warfare space and engage in a new feature we call pirate insurgencies. Those capsuleers that are aligned with one of the pirate factions can participate in insurgencies by completing objectives that will reward them with new loyalty points. Successful completion of objectives will also increase corruption in the system, which means the rules of play within that system will be altered. Pirate-aligned capsuleers will also have in their disposal a new pirate station within the war zones to use as their base. Those who choose to oppose the pirates will have the chance to disrupt pirate activities by successfully completing their objectives first and increasing the suppression in systems. That will also trigger new effects and rules within the system.
This brings us back to you, the Capsuleers. The Zarzak system is full of mysteries, and only a few safe pockets have been discovered so far. The Deathless is motivated to gain a deeper understanding of Jovian technology and the history of this system. Soon, they will be calling on any Capsuleers willing to help them with their research efforts. Furthermore, the Guristas and the Angels are rumored to have the intention on giving early access to their new destroyers to any Capsuleers who come to their aid. Be sure to stay tuned for further developments over the coming weeks and months.
The Angel Cartel and Guristas have already begun their preparations for November. There are 2 new pirate destroyer ships that will be available in early access starting next week. Come November, both of these destroyers, as well as Angels and Guristas battlecruisers, will be available through the new Pirate LP stores. We can't wait to see what you all get up to this November.
Okay, wait a minute. Actually, there is one little thing we forgot. The Angel Titan. It's coming in November.
And with that, we're signing off for now.
Angel Titan. Finally. So good things come to good people who wait. What better way to celebrate your birthday to get the Angel Titan? Isn't this what EVE is really all about? Big death machines. The first concepts were shown in 2017, and since then, relentless popular demand. And we've answered the call. Or the deathless decided to help someone. But we love being able to deliver what you want. And in November, or after someone actually builds it, we'll finally get to see this absolute unit in space. Adding pirate factions into the front lines through the new frontline corruption system ties together strong organizations, the future of war, and the ultimate sci-fi. All things that came together ten years ago. In January 2013, when we took a major step towards our vision of boots on the ground in New Eden. With one of the most ambitious shooters to date, and one that I miss every day, literally. Does anyone else do that? Anyone else here? Denny, I see you. So I want to give a shout out to all Dust players around the world for having been a part of this unique experience of these 2 games being connected. And I thank you also for always reminding me of bringing it back on social media. But last year we talked about the FPS being developed in London. And as you know, we've continued towards our vision of boots on the ground, learning along the way with ups and downs, but not trying to recreate Dust, but to create a meaningful FPS experience in New Eden. Because we believe that we, you and I, all together hold the key to the ultimate science fiction fantasy, being able to fly in space and fight on planets, together again in New Eden. Which makes us proud to announce our next steps towards the ultimate science fiction, EVE Vanguard. A modular first-person shooter experience for and within EVEOnline. With dynamic multiplayer gameplay that will evolve over time and unique sandbox game mechanics, content, and connections. We've learned a lot on this journey, and we've applied those learnings, and now we're finally in a position to share more.
So, it seems like the Deathless have been keeping busy in Sarsak. By reverse engineering Jovian clone blanks stockpiled in the depths of the station, the Deathless have managed to create a new generation of war clones, the Vanguard. Pirate corruption will be an interesting vector into the already well-established frontline advantage. The Deathless goal does not seem to evolve around dominance, but much rather to create chaos and create distrust in the establishment. While developing Vanguard, this has been our mantra. One game, one community, one team. And we foresee that alliances will recruit Vanguard to wreak havoc and assert their dominance in New Eden.
Vanguard is connected to EVEOnline from day one. When you get your hands on the FPS, you'll be able to impact EVE directly through frontline corruption. Economically, it'll be a new habitat in New Eden, just like Wormholes, Pochven, with its own rules, its own resources, and unique mechanics. How you utilize those will be in your hands. As we evolve the future of war, your generals, your officers will have bigger forces to command, bolder strategies, and daring tactics. Industrialists, enforcers, soldiers of fortune, and explorers all have a role to play in Vanguard, participating in the cycle of creation and destruction, contribution, and friendship. We know and understand the risks of the connection. We are in full control, down to individual player interactions. With EVE Vanguard, we're committed to delivering an authentic New Eden FPS with everything that you expect from a game set in the EVE universe.
And it looks and plays absolutely amazing, trust me. This is truly what it feels to be human scale on the planets of New Eden. It's still in development, but we want to see more. So, please welcome CCP Joker, followed by CCP Collins from the Vanguard team.
It's been over a decade, but once again players will join the fight and leave their footprints on the worlds of New Eden. When we say as above, so below, we mean it. We're not reimagining EVE, we are EVE. Our creative vision has been 20 years in the making. It has its own history, culture, and politics driven by you, the community. And respecting this legacy is a responsibility we take very seriously. EVE is famous for its epic scale, and translating its look and feel to a human perspective has been an exciting challenge for the team. We're putting you in the heart of the action, not as a drone camera, but experiencing New Eden through the eyes of a new type of clone warrior. Players will fight on real worlds within New Eden of strategic value to the deathless, and to ensure we deliver an authentic experience, the new and the old must coexist. Fan favourites from Dust like Devol's GK and the Scrambler rifle will return alongside next-generation weapons and equipment from well-known manufacturers such as Creodron and Core. We're building on strong foundations and learning from what has gone before. Dust, Valkyrie and Nova have all left their mark. Friendships were forged and battles waged by their communities, and just like EVE, they have played a crucial role in the very real history of New Eden. We're incredibly proud to be joining EVE as it begins this new chapter. And now I'll hand you over to CCP Collins, who'll give you your first look at EVE Vanguard.
Hello! EVE Vanguard, come on! All right. A big thank you to you, of course, and a big thank you to CCP Joker there for, well, we are, as if you can tell, breathless already, insanely excited to be able to reveal EVE Vanguard for you here today, but you thought we were done with EVE Vanguard. We are not. Who here would like to see some gameplay? Come on, who would like to see some gameplay? Okay, now, we're going to do things a bit differently though. We're going to take it up a notch. We're not just going to show you a video. Why do you think they've been sitting there? We're going to run you some gameplay live on stage. To help me with this, please welcome to the stage CCP Shortfall, CCP Ezia, and CCP Paragon. All right, let's do this. Okay, so what? Oh. There we go. What you're going to be seeing here today is still early in development. It's pre-alpha gameplay. You're going to see some prototypes. You're going to see some placeholder. But everything that you're going to see running is running on those machines right there. And with some help from the London team across the water, who we may very well bump into as our Vanguard squad carry out their objective. Right, we have the feed. Shortfall. How you doing? We ready?
Leverage as ever be.
All right, let's go. Okay, So here, we're seeing the perspective of CCP Shortfall. Shortfall here as a Vanguard, a player, an infomorph who has taken host of a ready clone, and alongside their squad mates can carry out their goals with gun in hand and boots on the ground. For this squad, they've taken on a contract. They need to find and reclaim the Nexus chip from a group of Garista pirates that have been located nearby. Think you could take in the scenery a bit for us, Shortfall? Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful destruction. In the aftermath of an attack on a fleet of bowhead ships, they've recently crash-landed on the surface. Wreckage strewn throughout the already hostile environment. This means it is potentially rife with opportunists looting through the wreckage. See anything up ahead? Okay, we've spotted some NPC guards scouting through the partial remains of the crashed ship. Highlighted in red here through the AR sights of our Core 80 assault rifle. Vanguard is a PvP VE game, so as well as other online players, NPC AI enemies will also be found throughout the environment with their own goals and purposes. You as the player, though, have agency over the level of aggression that you attract. So Shortfall, I think we should find a different route, maybe.
Let's go for a walk.
As well as enemies littered throughout the environment, the landscape itself poses danger. Here, a hazardous sulfur swamp stands in the way. I don't think you're best equipped for this one, Shortfall, and I don't think it's worth taking the damage early on. Let's head back.
Yeah, I don't want to go for a swim, to be honest with you.
In EVE Vanguard, success and failure is player-driven, where players deploy onto these expansive and hostile environments to carry out their goals for their gain in whichever way they feel is effective. Be it a 10-minute excursion for resources or an hour-long hunt for kills and equipment, we provide the tools for your success, not define the rules. Ready to engage?
Send it.
All right, Shortfall's first kills on stage. Oh, a reminder, Shortfall, heal up. Fallen enemies can provide useful resources here, such as biomass, which can be used to heal your clone's wounds. You can utilize biomass too to increase the options of lengthening your stay on the surface for yourself and your squad mates. Let's push on. Whilst the environment can be hostile, it can also be plentiful. Spilled cargo from the wreckage can be looted for resources, providing such things as materials that can come in handy later down the line. Here, Shortfall is elegantly scouting through the wreckage of one of our crashed-out colossal bowhead ships. Shot down from orbit, its cloning chamber within has ruptured, spilling wreckage, blank clone bodies, and cryofluid all throughout the landscape around. Whilst still early in development here, I hope you can see the great care we've taken to make the atmosphere of EVE Vanguard feel like it's already a part of New Eden. That up ahead, that's the Garista pirates. Through our AR sights, we can see them highlighted in blue, having a stronger resistance to kinetic ammo. Fortunately, that's the ammo type we currently have loaded into our Core 80 at the moment. Shortfall's made the good call here to peel back and tool up for a slightly different approach to this fight. With materials and resources gained during the fight, from enemy salvage and more, you can generate the tools to help you adapt to varying obstacles that block your path. Shortfall and the squad here have printed some energy ammo, which should help them take down enemies with strong kinetic resistances. With Core 80, it's easy enough to load in different ammo types, changing the characteristics of the weapon on the fly. Shortfall, load up. You ready? Guristas here were hiding out within the hull of the ship's cloning chamber, it would seem. This could be a useful spot to remember for another time, but for now we've got more important things. We still haven't found that Nexus chip that the Guristas were holding on to. Shortfall was not alone. It appears another Vanguard unit had picked up the contract for the Nexus chip as well. Other player Vanguard squads and units are present on this battlefield, and at any time are exfiltrating and deploying down through the session with their own set of goals. For anyone that knows CCP Shortfall well, and I heard a few cheers in the crowd, you know he doesn't like sharing. So I imagine he's going to want the rewards for that Nexus chip himself, and his squad mates, if they agree to get out of this together. A slight detour, but that's the Nexus chip acquired. Big hand to Shortfall, maybe? Another Vanguard squad had tried to scupper the plans, but that's the asset obtained. With lesser resources now, though, and an asset that we might not want to risk losing, Shortfall, let's try and find a safe space to get off this rock.
Yeah, let's not do that again.
The squad have placed down an evac beacon, which if they can hold down and defend for a period of time, will allow them to exfil from the surface and earn their rewards. It is, however, quite noticeable, so the squad will have to be vigilant for any opportunists looking to disrupt. Boo. Not quite good enough from Shortfall there, who seem to have fallen short of completing this particular objective. Thank you, thank you. They got caught out by a rival Vanguard squad just as they were about to exfil from the surface. But death is not the end for the Vanguard. They are relentless, and they have more opportunities and the tools necessary to carry on the fight. What you've seen here is still very early in development. It's pre-alpha gameplay. And it's a showcase into what EVE Vanguard is now, but also what EVE Vanguard can grow on to become in the future. At CCP, we know firsthand the importance of community, which is why we're showing you this now, which is why we're showing you this early. We're committed to building and growing EVE Vanguard side by side with you, the EVE community. To talk more about the more immediate plans for EVE Vanguard, please welcome back to the stage CCP Emerald. Thank you.
For the team. Wow, that was incredible. And super brave to do live on stage. Can you guys give it up for them one more time? We are thrilled to announce that in December, as part of the next EVE expansion, we'll be opening the doors of EVE Vanguard to Omega players through a Founders Access, offering the chance to try it through a limited time event called First Strike. You are all founders and the heart of the EVE community, and we want for as many of you as possible to come along for this ride and help shape the next 10 years in New Eden. For a chance to take part in December and in further playtests between now and then, you can register online for a chance to get involved. Those who are able to take part will start seeing firsthand the EVE Vanguard features as they are being developed, and how these experiences will be integrated with what's happening in EVEOnline. Because EVE Vanguard is part of EVEOnline, and this is one community. Introducing a new FPS module into EVEOnline is an important part of ensuring it lives on forever. EVE Vanguard deepens the universe and provides another gateway into EVEOnline. And it's important to keep our great community growing into the third decade and beyond, because more players means more interactions in space and in person, and ultimately more fun and explosions. The goal for EVE moving forward is to make everything you do have impact and purpose, whether you are in space or boots on the ground. This is accomplished in EVEOnline by putting a focus on building empires and strengthening organizations. Please welcome CCP Ghost, CCP Mischief, and CCP Nomad, who will be sharing how this will be accomplished in the Havoc expansion and beyond.
Hello, Capsuleers, and happy 20th anniversary Fanfest. It is amazing to think about how many of you have been playing EVE for a decade or longer. And when we ask you why you're still playing, the #1 reason you give for that enduring love is the valuable connections you have made over the years. And what's even more important, all the exciting things you get up to and the history you create together. You've told us how you recruit and retain corporation members, how you grow your organizations, and inspire active gameplay. And we've taken what we've learned from you, and we've constructed a friendship index that allows us to measure how well we're doing when it comes to streamlining all of this for you, measured through actions such as joining fleets and corporations together, trading with one another, and partnering up in cooperative kills, all of which are a part of connecting and building friendships.
Along these lines, a huge focus over the last 2 expansions has been to strengthen and empower organizations in EVEOnline by giving you tools to manage your enterprises more efficiently, keep your pilots engaged, and express your collective identity. In the Uprising expansion, the first steps were taken in customization and allowing you to express yourself by enabling your corporation and alliance emblems to be displayed on your ships. The Viridian expansion followed up on this with the launch of the Skinner tool, which allowed you to customize upwell structures and cement your identity in New Eden. Plus, new sources of LP and Evermark's income were added to keep your corporations thriving.
As part of helping corporations manage their enterprises, corporation projects were also introduced in the Viridian expansion. This helped provide the corp leaders among you with the ability to organize your members and give them clear direction within EVE.
To help strengthen organizations, Homefront Operations sites provided a fun and interactive way to train new recruits, while also giving budding leaders and those that inspire active gameplay the ability to hone their skills in the right environments. And following Uprising and Viridian, we've seen a rise in the number of pilots in active player corps and in the Friendship Index.
The personalization and management tools released in Uprising and Viridian are just the tip of the iceberg. The strong basis established for those initial offerings opens the door for further opportunities and enhancements based on your feedback, starting with the new daily challenges to meet the rising demand for Evermarks.
Corporation projects will be receiving some major updates for the November expansion. A system of payouts for contributions to projects will now be integrated within the feature, releasing the corp administrators from having to reward their members manually. Also, with the introduction of a new corporation role, more members will be able to create projects, sharing the load of management. In addition, we are introducing a copy function which will make it easier to create similar or recurring projects. Lastly, there will be new project types covering new types of activities. including projects for remote repair of armor and shields that recognize the value of logis in the corporation. All that allowing members to contribute even further to the success of their organization. We are also working on improving the discoverability and user experience of our opportunities, as well as the rewards accessibility and the variety of tasks for daily challenges.
And what lies beyond November? There is a lot more on the horizon next year. For starters, there will be LP and Evermark transaction logs, a highly requested and anticipated feature that will help you individuals and corporations track your income sources and spending. Customization with Skinner will also see the addition of patterns and materials, with faction and career emblems for ships also on the way, and the ship skin design as the cherry on top.
Upcoming expansions will further strengthen these foundations. Building on the first pillar, which makes it easier to cooperate, set goals for groups, and provide ways for the individual to contribute towards something greater than themselves. The future, both near and long term, is exciting, and we can't wait to share more with you.
You just saw incredible features. Stuff that you wanted, or you didn't know that you needed, but you wanted, or the vice versa. They're tapping into your fundamental needs and desires. We're talking about buyback programs, and we're obviously opening up the doors to automatic SRP. Didn't you get it?
Do you want to say it again? I think it starts with automatic and then
automatic SRP. We're talking about giving you tools to make your own corporation missions, player-made content, and the sandbox taking to the next level. And we finally cracked the code and are able to measure and recognize the efforts of Logipilots. And you all know what that means. What?
Wait, what are they saying?
Logion.
Some males.
On a hill. Molehills.
Yeah.
The big beats of this expansion are aspirational. But let's paint a picture of the future.
We see a future where the front lines of New Eden are always buzzing. Whether you're leading a high-sec pirate incursion or setting up a beachhead in nullsec, the core rules of war stay the same. We see a future where the things that you have unlocked for the empires will be yours. That being shipcasters, stellar transmuters, forward operating bases, or Vanguard clones. You're in control of your destiny.
And we see a future where you have even stronger agency and ownership with more tools and more freedom. Unlocking total creativity through Skinner and even more corporation tools to focus and optimize your operations. Terraforming your sovereign space with stellar transmuters, or harnessing new and mysterious technology. Conquering space will matter more. You will be able to shape it to your needs and amass armies and display your might. Together, you are creating something greater. You are making the next empire of New Eden. And everything you do contributes to the progression of the universe, the butterfly effect within the only true sandbox MMO in the world. Enabled by our continued investment in cutting-edge technology like Quasar and our Carbon game engine to deliver both visceral experiences and moments of beauty. Which means that wherever you are, in space or on planets, because as it is above, so it is below. All to live and breathe the ultimate sci-fi experience.
It's easy to speculate endlessly on how you will use these tools. But I'm positive I'm actually very positive that Capsuleers will find new creative ways to innovate and surprise us to continue the saga of New Eden into the third decade and forever! Yeah!
So, are we off to a good start? What you have seen here is the work of hundreds of people over many years that is manifesting here to kick off the third decade. A lot of the people are here in the audience. So if the CCP people in the audience would stand up. Here? That are here? Stand up. Are you all polite? Yeah? And give them a great applause. I see our people are very polite, standing in the back, giving front seats to players. Well done. So you will have a lot of opportunities to engage with everything that has been shown here. Talk to developers on the pub crawl, in the program. I encourage everyone to do that. Not that you guys need any encouragement, but we are here for this. There will be a lot to talk about. And like I say, the third decade has officially started. And I want to do kind of a bit of a temperature check, so to speak. So, are we ready for the third decade? Yeah! Can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah! No. Can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah! We can do better. Hell yeah! Woo! It's on. It's on. Okay, in a great Fanfest tradition, we will now play the trailer again. But it has been modified. So pay attention. You here and everyone on Twitch. So, here we go again. Thank you.
Zarzak has been waiting. An ancient nexus, long abandoned. Now ruled by the insurgents. The fearless. The deathless. Trust is rare among our kind. Yet here you are, compelled by my invitation. I offer you a haven, a fortress, hidden from the Empire. I have given it life. It feeds on me. And in return, it yields knowledge, gifts, power. Prepare your forces for chaos on the front lines. Harness the might of Capsuleers with the promise of riches. And together, we will unlock Zarzak's secrets. One by one.